roof ever has been underwater. No, I don't think it's possible.
Was it Sean?
Yeah.
You want to talk to us about today?
Okay.
You have a second.
Let me position this to get warm. There's a warmer.
Oh,
Feel that?
Can I feel it?
It's going to take some minute.
Good.
Are you cooking a meal right now?
Yeah. Get warm.
Ah.
Yeah.
And you're with the Nova Armory? Yep.
Yeah, I own it.
Okay, very cool. We just talked to Elite Sport Shooting.
Oh, yeah?
They're over here.
Okay, cool.
Good? Yep. All right. Hey, we're here. Sean, you own Nova Armory. We came down.
In Arlington, yep.
We came down with you today. Tell me about when this became so important to you to come here. I mean, obviously the issues have been on the table for a little bit, but when did you see it really materialize in terms of legislation?
Well, as you know, I'm vested interest in the gun industry, so and being in Arlington, I felt it important to support my customers.
Yeah.
And come down here and represent their views and concerns. I've been questioned and interviewed by several agencies before, and typically people propose to control the industry. 99 law-abiding citizens. It's very important.
Yeah, and we've been asking everybody, and I was talking earlier today to Travis on the bus. Are there misconceptions you feel like about, and what are the ones that concern you the most?
Yeah, well, as you know, the history of Nova Armory, when we started, we were in the close proximity of a daycare. Mm-hmm. People were concerned that, I guess, little kids I went to several town halls in Arlington, invited, there's a group, Mothers Against Guns or Mothers Against Violence or something like that, and actually invited them to come over to the store and see the problem. Month, and their estimates was a little higher actually, so
Leaders were going to be going into the actual representatives' offices.
yes. I have one of my employees also lobbyists. He went actually to one of the offices right now.
Okay.
About an hour ago actually.
Oh, so have you talked to him at all about what he did in there, or?
Not yet. We'll meet them soon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, and I see you're cooking a MRE right here.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah.
But does it mean a lot to you to see a gathering together?
Yeah, it's important. It's good. I mean, everyone's out here and believing having the same beliefs. I'm a retired Marine, and I'd like to see all these other vets out here supporting the non-vets and collectively and the same target.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Good luck with your meal that's getting cooked right there. Thanks. What is this? We're getting calls from people.
Hold on. What's your location?
We saw him for a minute, but
Right. Texted me, said
he was down there. I think he went into the area now. Oh my goodness.
we got to talk about some business anyway.
You and John?
Yeah.
Kurt's gonna bring us back.
Yep. At this since 3 a.m.
Yeah, I know. And we
Okay.
still have a 2-hour drive back.
Yeah. All right, let's get over to. I don't know if I mean, you're gonna have the people out here still are the ones who don't have who are armed. They won't be going in.
Don't talk to strangers. Don't let anyone touch you. Private spots.
Thanks, Dad.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. It's like. Oh.
Hey, buddy. I don't
That's a good point.
think you can all you want, but I don't think
Yeah, let's just go back up here then and wait for Kurt to get here.
I don't get around.
Bring us some batteries.
Do you see a large Liberty Don't Tread on Me flag?
Our younger one here. Sarah had a dance.
Excuse No. All right.
That's indeed what he is doing.
He's not even.
Kurt coming out now.
Yeah, but he's not even responding to my.
No, because he,
I don't. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh. Ooh. Oh, they are. I got the message. I thought Bruce was handling the.
I need more than.
Yeah.
I brought 5 batteries. They're all dead.
Do you know how long we're here?
Huh?
Can you vote?
Oh, we are.
Like to buy more water? I need
How long are we
your
out here today?
signature.
I don't know. I mean, my camera isn't talking to my CPU right now, so that's why we're having trouble.
Right. Do you want this at some point?
I'll tell you what I'd like to do really quick. Well, you're still live, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can't mess with you.
Well, that's the thing. I need to switch that battery though.
Okay.
That one's
Well,
done.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to swap batteries. We'll be back up momentarily.
There we go. Ugh. This thing isn't working either, right?
None of that battery.
Broke off your antenna.
Yeah, that one's on the women's march.
Right. Half times that battery, so. All right. You can keep your batteries. Just give me those two back when I see it. Okay. I'm going to go make out and see my stuff. Bruce has my camera inside. I was using a MSJ camera today. Can't easily just walk down that street, can I, to the parking? I have to go around, huh?
Chris is like, what do you mean by that? I mean, we got,
We've been at this since 3 a.m.
oof, tired. Starting to break down. Body's not feeling so hot. All right, let's,
Our batteries and the physical battery.
my hips are killing me right now.
Okay.
Oh, I texted him. What batteries we got?
Well, you guys will probably be cleared by soon after your live shot at 12 something or other.
That's all right. That's like 4 hours overtime today. Let's go. Are we back up on this?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'll see you when I see you.
See you when I see you. If they want a noon live shot, what do we do?
Whatever you've been doing, I guess.
Yeah, do we conserve battery power?
Make sure you contact them before
Yeah, I'm trying
you turn
to.
things off.
Exactly.
Not sure right now on time.
All right, let's keep going down there.
Calling out.
Just be sure before we go down the hill.
Did they just go in? There's Kyle now. I don't know. All right, let's go down further. Ooh.
It'll be in front of us.
Let's see what we got.
Try to get down with the porters.
Okay.
you from across the nation. He has 20 years of journalism experience, 15 of which is reporting on
Here, we're going to have to post up at some point.
Watch your back. Watch your back.
I got it. I'm good, man. Good? Yep.
I swear I'm not
Watch with the
cutting
gear.
I told Mohammed I gotta get out.
Tell him.
I told him I gotta get out of this crowd. I'm not feeling. This is the way out, right?
Okay, all right, we'll go up there. Going this way. Hey, what's up? I think it's a little bit too packed, a little bit too.
Well, yeah. The only thing we have.
Down, dude, physically.
Same, man.
Body is tired. I'm tired. All right, let's keep going. Who is that? Is that another stick? We're not gonna go in there. We're gonna go like right about here. See if we can find out of that. All the people out on the lawn there. That's the people listening to the speakers there at the rally on the steps. It's quite a sight. We also saw these people come by with what looked like a homemade guillotine. A little odd. Ooh. You can see that's where everybody's talking right now. Speeches are going on there. It looks like thousands of people there on the steps of the, or on the lawn of the Capitol. And then you have thousands down. It's actually better to stand over here if you get a better look at sort of the protest signs that have shown up. And you can see it's a lot of people. Pardon?
Pretty good. You guys didn't do anything. You didn't even get in there.
We were already in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're in there? That took up some work to get in there.
What's your name?
I'm Ron.
Ron. Right around. Tell me, what made you want to come down here? You're a Marylander. Why come down to Virginia?
I made a mistake of ending up in Maryland from Texas. Down here, these guys out because it's just going to go down.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people we talk to have been saying is that they see Virginia as a proving ground or maybe like a testing ground for gun legislation. What do you think?
I think Bloomberg bought it with his money, and they own. And they're going to try and take away and mess with criminals. Make everyone criminal who's law-abiding. Concealed carry permit holders, you look, they're actually more law-abiding than cops. There's less of them get actually criminal charges than cops actually. And so, they're busy trying to make them all criminals overnight. Nothing. You bought it today, today you're a felon.
What do you think about how has the legislation sort of gone? I mean, not just in Virginia, but I'm sure you've been paying attention to.
It's ridiculous. I mean, my wife got in a fight with me in Maryland. I live in Maryland right now, like I said. She got in a fight with me because she wanted a new house, and I said, they're trying to make magazines, exactly what they're trying to do here, illegal, and make me a felon overnight. I'm like, I can't buy a new house. We had huge fights about it. Because I'm like, they're going to try and make me a felon overnight. I'm going to have to up and leave because I followed the law, and then the next day they're like that. Oh, you're a felon now.
And for people who don't maybe have the same sentiments, like, what do you tell them? Like, how did this become such a part of your life? Second Amendment.
I just grew up. I grew up shooting something with my dad just for fun and everything else. But I kind of got into it and started to get to where defend yourself, right? Mm-hmm. No one's defending you. Criminals exist. A lot of people, I call it the ostrich effect. They want to shove their head in the sand and ignore that criminals exist. They walk down the streets every day in Virginia or something. All these people are scared of concealed carry permits, and they're all over walking around them. They don't know they're there. They didn't cause any problems. But they think criminals aren't carrying guns, which is just non-logical.
And what to you, when you look at the spectrum of people talking out there, is there a misconception you see with the public at large with gun owners, or maybe not the public at large, but different sections of the country?
They try to push it, so white male, alpha, this and that, not other people. There's a ton of women. I go to different classes here and there, and more women are joining because they want to defend their family and everything else. Mm-hmm. They want to defend their children. Criminals kicking doors, cops. I had a personal experience. I was in a Home Depot and I reached for a plumbing part on the shelf, and a guy turns to me and says, "I've killed guys for less." I said, "What?" He says, "I've gone to jail. Don't disrespect me." I back up. The guy walks away and kind of lifts up his shirt. Has a holster. So I call in the Montgomery County Police. They call him back to give him more information. I got the answering machine. And we'll get back to you. They sent a trooper out after a little bit. And we have tons of cops in Montgomery. And they went and searched for the guy and found him. He said he had carried it for his whole cell phone. But the cop's like, "Dude, I would have maybe shot you for carrying a holster on you and threatening people." So I've had that as a personal experience, just walking around on the street, some criminal, and up there, I can't defend myself. I can't get a permit in Maryland. They won't give them to law-abiding citizens.
So what do you? You're down here today. You're seeing. Is this what you expected? This many people?
I'm
or
hoping
what?
for this. I was tempted not to come, and I was like, if I don't show, and someone doesn't show, it's going to be less and less people. They need to actually show up and have people in force here to show them that they actually care and that we want to be able to defend ourselves. Don't let criminals out of jail and tell law-abiding people they can't defend themselves.
Hey, I guess what was your reason you might not want to come? Were you concerned at all, or
What?
what was your reason you said you were? kind
Just
of
busy and
endeavoring-
other stuff
Yeah.
coming down. I mean, it takes me a couple hours. It took just for parking. It took an hour almost just to park. It's that crowded up there and then walk down. Most people I found were just humping it down the 4 or 5 miles.
Oh wow.
The plaza filled up. When I went by, the stadium they had was filled, and then finally it looks like they opened up a grass area, but we just parked off somewhere else. So I'm hoping, some guys told me it was legal for me to park there. I'm hoping I have a car when I return.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Is this as many people as you thought would be?
They're predicting anywhere 50, 100,000 from they said. I don't
Yeah.
know what the actual bit is there.
I did-
See, you guys are smart carrying a little bit extra protection there.
Well, we had it's just big crowds, and you have to be able to like make space. Really, I think we were told it's going to be about 130,000.
I'm hoping that they got numbers here,
Seems
because
like
that's
that,
where some
yeah.
guys were mad they couldn't get in, and I'm like, you know what, it's a good thing not to get in, as long as it's legit reasons. I think some of it might be they're trying to restrict people's access so they don't get the crowd, but hopefully large numbers are good.
What do you see when you look over here?
I found that
Steps.
impressive. I took a picture of that. The
Yeah.
actual steps with everyone lining up there. I was down farther and I ran around here just to see it. I was impressed by that.
Very cool. And it's to you, what does it mean? I guess to be here among all these people. Do you feel the support? Do you feel like?
Oh yeah, it's a great crowd of people. It's a great group of people. You go to these different competitions and other stuff. You'll meet great people. Nicest people I ever met are in gun shows.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you. No problem. This and that. Great group of people. Normally very friendly and everything. And big mix. I mean, I met guys from Georgia here today.
Yeah, we saw people-
Georgia, New Jersey, all kinds of different places that moved up in here.
And I guess so. Questions misconceptions that you think need to be right. I think I asked you, but
They go on different things. They go, oh, you don't need more than this many rounds. Right now they're trying to go down to 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Well, we're not trying to take them. We're not this 10 rounds a safe number. Well, New York went to 7 rounds. Why 7 or 10? Why is 10 the safe number? You had a ruling in California where a judge ruled and put all these different cases where it's like, hey, these people need more than your 10 rounds you're saying. It comes back to another one. There's a question we had in Maryland when they tried to pull this in the past. 10 rounds, they're like, oh, well, we can keep ours if we had them and stuff. But they're like, oh, well, the policeman, when he goes home, he can have more than 10 rounds. And it's like, wait, you're in the same house, your house just like I'm in a house. You're no longer an officer, active duty. Well, he can keep his 15-round extra large capacity magazine. But a civilian, no. If someone breaks in your house, you have to use 10. But that cop has to use 15. And it's like, wait, if it's not safe for a civilian, then why is the cop allowed to take it home? He's no longer acting as a cop. So they talk two different sides. And the people who were talking on that were serving at the governor's privilege. So when they're going to stand up there and they were doing their hearing, they had the governor have their position based on him allowing them to have that position.
And going forward, do you feel like it seems to me that what is gradual?
Keep it going down. Yes.
Okay.
You don't come out and like Beto did and say we're taking everything away, or Northam, who originally say. You say, no, we want you to lose this. Oh no, we want to register. That way we know where they're at. We just want to know where they're at because we're not going to do anything, even though we've already said we want to take it.
Have you ever been this politically active in your life, or is this something?
No, not mostly. I've gone to more of this kind of stuff because of this.
Okay.
Of this slope. More political, yes.
But that's all recent.
Yes, more or less recent. They've been pushing more and more bans through states.
And going forward, how long are you gonna be here today?
At least until the rally goes up. I want to make sure at least the numbers are good, and then I'll start humping it back and drive back to Maryland.
Yeah. What a day to spend here, your day off, a cold, frigid day. You're down here in Richmond. What does that say about your...
It's ridiculous. I actually, because of Northam stroking everything here, actually have a note at my house in a letter that says, if I do not return ever, and I wrote down my passwords for my wife. Because he stoked this to try and get violence to show up. So if there's an actual envelope sitting on my end table that says, if I never return, open this. And it's because I had to come down here to defend myself and my actual rights, and Northrop wants something to go bad. So literally, sitting right there, sealed envelope with my password, says if I don't return, open. Which is ridiculous for someone to actually have to go somewhere and actually leave a note like that because someone's pushing an agenda.
Well, thank you for talking to us. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Have a safe trip back up to Montgomery.
Have fun, buddy.
Zero. So this is kind of like the views we've been seeing. A lot of people we've talked to, we're just randomly talking to folks. Like you can see, some are from out of state. Maryland right there. We had talks in Texas, someone from New York. It's been a pretty wide swath of people, Second Amendment supporters. And the general consensus, and you heard him say it there, was that people, they believe this would be a slippery slope. Starting to enact gun legislation this way could lead to more and more restrictions of rights and freedoms. And that's sort of where they're coming from in terms of like why someone from another state would come there. Virginia's sort of proving ground for some of these laws that are being looked at, or bills rather, they're not laws yet. And like you heard, we probably haven't talked about enough today, but maybe we should. Virginia has 3 bills so far that have really gotten the attention of this crowd here. Those are all state bills, Senate bills. And those Senate bills go to the House at some time in February, and then they will get voted on to see whether or not they'll be passed or the laws that will hit the governor's desk. It's quite brought quite a few people out here, as you can see. Roughly 120, 130,000 is what they were estimating. And we'll have to see the final numbers. That'll take a couple days, I think, to figure out. But yeah, it looks like a crowd. And if we haven't seen it, I want to show you it again. This is just the people here. This is the people wanting to go in and see the speeches. The speeches are taking place up there on the actual steps of the Capitol building, which is far off, and it's very tough. We don't have a tripod, so we're kind of zooming in and doing this off the shoulder. But you can see the thousands of people that are actually gathered on the lawn. And then you can actually see the thousands that are here in the streets. We had to come back because it's so packed up in that particular section. I mean, there's a lot of, and I want to stress this too, it's been nothing peaceful talking. You can see the signs. You can see the different bullhorns actually throughout the day. You can hear people giving random speeches throughout the area, just sporadically speaking. It's a very, very powerful scene, though, to see so many people gathering right here in Richmond from all over. And like I said, we came down this morning with folks from the Nova area, Arlington. It was about 15, 20 on a bus. We rode down with them. Kind of got the general consensus that they felt like, and this is why I keep asking the question too, do they feel there's misconceptions of gun owners? Because it's important that if they feel there's something like that, they should say it. They should explain, why it is or what they think it is. And that's what we've tried to kind of accomplish down here. Is like here from this side, it's a very powerful view, especially when you see 130,000 people gathered in the state capitol of Virginia just to talk about their Second Amendment rights. And, it's all different walks of life that we've been able to speak to. Some people are hunters, some are target shooters, some enthusiasts, hobbyists, but it's been a wide swath of it. So going forward, what we think or what we've heard is happening. Oh, go ahead, get a look over here. Got signs here. Discussions going on.